who have children enrolled in Big Brothers Big Sisters wanted nothing more than to provide for her children. And just like many other parents, she might not have the resources or just didn't know how. She'll tell you how this mentoring program helped her sons. Her big brother was the answer to all her hopes and dreams. Although there's nothing magical that this big brother did for her son, he was a friend, he was an encourager, a role model, and sometimes that's all that this child needed to help go down the right path in life. Please help me welcome Amber Hayes.
Good morning. My name is Amber Hayes, and my son is Zay. He's enrolled in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, and I'm here today to share my experiences of our family with you. Did you know that 46% of children matched in Big Brothers Big Sisters are less likely to begin using drugs? 46%. This is exactly the reason that I made the call to get Zay a big brother. A couple of years ago, I was watching the news, and they were doing a big story about Big Brothers Big Sisters and how people can call in with questions and get involved. They were throwing out a lot of statistics, such as lowering drug abuse and increasing self-esteem. This caught my attention, and it caught my attention because if I would have been involved in Big Brothers Big Sisters when I was younger, it would have made a much bigger difference for me. My mom had me when she was 16. As a child, I remember watching a lot of partying, drinking, and drug abuse. Because of this, I thought it was how everybody lived. When I was 12, my mom changed her life around. This included cleaning herself up and leaving that way of life. But for me, it was already too late. I was already doing my own thing. I was using drugs. I was running away from home. And I was stealing. It wasn't a healthy lifestyle at all. And when I was 19, I met Rodney, Zay's dad. We began using drugs and selling drugs together, shortly after I got pregnant with Zay. When Zay was 9 months old, he was taken away by CPS. It was at that point in time when me and his father decided we needed to have a better way of living. So over the next couple of years, we made lots of changes in our lives. And because of that, we were able to earn Zay back. When our lives were back on track, and as Zay grew up, it was very important for me to do whatever I could to keep my son away from drugs. I didn't want my son to continue the pattern that our family had developed. I wanted him to have a real childhood and a life. And how could I not provide him with every chance to be healthy, happy, and successful? I knew the chances of my son following in my bad decisions were very high. And anything that I could do to lower that, I wanted to do. I just didn't know how. So when I heard about Big Brothers Big Sisters on TV that day, and how they can help, there was no way I wouldn't make that call. Not only was I worried about Zay abusing drugs, I also worried about him as he was struggling a lot, specifically in school. He was getting sent home, being suspended, fighting with other kids, and had below average grades. On May 12, 2010, when my son met his big brother DJ for the very first time, there was a million things that were going through my head. I was hoping that DJ would have a lot in common with Zay. I was hoping he would be responsible and be able to teach Zay healthy ways to have fun and be himself. I wanted DJ to be someone that Zay could look up to and learn from and enjoy life. I was nervous about letting my son hang out with someone that I had just met. I knew that Big Brothers Big Sisters did a lot of thorough screening, and that I knew they did background checks on DJ prior to our introduction. So I knew he'd be safe, but I still worried about my baby. But DJ made me feel comfortable. He was young and active, just like my son. After 6 months of being matched with DJ, I saw huge changes in Zay's behavior. He was no longer getting in trouble at school. He wasn't being sent home, and I was getting great reports from his teachers. His grades have improved to above average. Before meeting DJ, Zay didn't get along with other kids and had low self-esteem. Since having DJ in his life, all these things I have seen his self-esteem increase and his confidence in himself grow. The thing that really helped my son was the one-on-one special time with DJ. That little extra attention made a big difference. We have 2 other children at home now, and I work full-time while Zay's father works out of town. We have family time, but there's rarely ever any one-on-one time with our children. By Zay being in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, he was provided with some relief from our family. It feels really good to see him doing better and to have a person that he can talk to, that he trusts, and enjoys hanging out with. I feel like I don't have to worry about him as much anymore. I used to worry about him following in my footsteps. I don't have that worry anymore. He's in a great place right now, and by him being in a great place, it puts our whole family in a better place. Zay knows when he's having a hard day, he has a friend that he can call that will listen to him and be there for him. Zay loves DJ like a brother. If you ask him, he would tell you that he is his best friend. He's been a great role model to my son, and recently DJ gave Zay a longboard as a gift. Longboarding is something that they really enjoy doing together. Zay was so excited it made his day. He's very protective of his longboard, and he rarely lets his other big brother ride it. Another thing that they do together is reading comic books, and over the past 2 years, Zay has started to collect them. DJ has just made a great impression on Zay, and for this I am so very grateful. Because of DJ, my son now has interest in going to college, but not just any college. He wants to go to the same college that DJ graduated from, Eastern Washington University, and I'm looking forward to him accomplishing this goal one day. There are many children in our community who don't have the best living situations. They might have a lot of stress in their life, they don't feel safe, or feel comfortable talking to their parents. This program allows someone to be there for them, to help them feel better about themselves. My son is a prime example of this. In my opinion, if a child feels good and worthy about themselves, they want to succeed, and they feel like they deserve to. Kids need something positive in their lives, and they may not be able to get that at home. The Big Brothers Big Sisters program can make a big difference in providing these children with a tool to succeed. I'm very grateful that I was watching the news that day and heard about Big Brothers Big Sisters. It helped my son avoid a destructive life, and it helped me know that I no longer have to worry about him heading down a very painful and destructive path. I want to thank you all for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you, Amber, for sharing your story with us today. You told us that 46% of the children in our program are less likely to begin using drugs if they're matched with a mentor. What really stuck with me though today is the overwhelming